Hi, this is not my house. I'm visiting relatives, staying in my cousin's room. I have a video to make. I've been to a lot of festivals the past 4 years. My experience at Tomorrowland this past year was unlike any other festival experience. It was absolutely incredible. From my perspective, the organization was so smooth. I felt like I was taken care of. And this was the year the main stage burned down like 2 days before the first weekend was set to open. And if you guys don't know, Tomorrowland runs on 2 consecutive weekends. I went weekend number 2. But a lot of what made my experience so smooth was the ticket package that we got. We got the Tomorrowland Global Journey package, and I want to talk to you how it works, what the package is, and my personal experience. So, if you want to go to Tomorrowland, you have no idea what kind of tickets to get, here's some insight on Global Journey. So there's about 2 main reasons to do Global Journey. One, it's just your best chance to go to Tomorrowland in general. Their tickets only sale is so competitive. Most people are on the waiting list. When they get in, all the tickets are gone. With Global Journey, you're not only buying the wristband, but you're also adding a hotel package and or transportation to get to Belgium. And those packages, of course, is gonna cost more than if you purchase them separately, which is why a lot of people are not that enticed to do Global Journey to begin with. But the extra cost is totally worth, 1, getting a wristband at all, and 2, the peace of mind for the entire weekend. You don't have to worry about getting to the festival because they provide transportation for you, and Tomorrowland will manage all of the logistics while you are there for the weekend. And the second reason to do Global Journey is that they have experience packages if you want to explore Belgium or other parts of Europe and meet other festival goers. So let me get to that right now. A huge disclaimer is that I have seen online that Global Journey is never a guarantee for the following years. So I'm just gonna hope that they'll have it because it is so nice. And if it doesn't become an option, that would really suck. Another important thing to know about Global Journey is that they have their own dates for pre-sale registration and ticket sales, usually earlier than regular sale. So make sure you know when those dates are. Last year, pre-sale registration came out mid-December and Global Journey sale came out mid-January. And because there are so many ways to customize your package, I'm not going to list out the prices. Just assume even the cheapest one is going to easily eclipse $1,000 US. And all the info about 2026 Tomorrowland is going to come out in about a month or so. So when it does, I'll add the link below. So all the packages come with a full Madness Pass. That's a 3-day ticket. Apparently they have 1-day tickets. I just realized that. There are 3 major types of packages, starting with the default one. Travel to Tomorrowland gets you the weekend wristband, accommodation, and a round-trip mode of transportation. So, what are your options to getting into Belgium? Flights packages allow you to add on a flight from anywhere in the world. They group as many people as possible on their flight, so y'all can fly to Belgium as a group. And if you want to party on the plane, they have Tomorrowland party flights from select countries from Europe. Me, I'm more of a sleeper on planes. And for accommodations, you can choose between a hotel or Dreamville, which is their camping village. And they do transport you from the airport to your hotel or camp, whatever. Train packages lets you take a train from these 4 cities below. There is also a party train, specifically from Dusseldorf and Amsterdam. And for stays, you can choose between a hotel or Dreamville. You can also take a bus from multiple neighboring cities. I'll list them all down here. Buses and trains are a pretty nice option if you want to explore parts of Europe before or after you go to Tomorrowland. Only major difference is these buses are taking you directly to Dreamville. So if you want to stay at a hotel or you want to book a hotel option, take the train. A hotel package gets you the wristband and a place to stay, so you got to figure out how to get to Belgium on your own. It's actually the most straightforward Global Journey package, and Dreamville camping is not an option. There's a lot of hotel tiers or themes that you can choose from. First one, a hostel. A hostel is a hostel. It's the cheapest option, and it's a pretty solid option for solo runners that may want to meet new people. And there are a few hostels available, and all of them appear to be in Brussels. Bronze, silver, or gold tier hotels. The tiers are based on cost and the quality of the rooms. And there's a lot of hotel options to choose from in Brussels and in Antwerp. You can stay at a concept hotel. I don't know what that means. It might just be like an elevated hotel experience. Bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. I guess concept is platinum. And then there's the Tomorrowland theme hotel if you want to live and breathe Tomorrowland. Outside of Tomorrowland and in your dreams. It comes with word-to-word Tomorrowland surprises, barbers, hairdressers, and makeup artists on each festival day, and a midnight snack for when you get back from each day. That sounds good. I was real hungry by the end of each day. And if you're struggling to pick between Antwerp or Brussels, just know that Antwerp is closer to Boom, which is where Tomorrowland is at. An Antwerp hotel gets you a free round-trip train ticket to Boom station, and I don't believe it specifies which time to take the train. But for Brussels, you get free shuttles to and from, but just know that there's only one departure time from your hotel, and a lot of it is at 12 p.m. So I know a lot of people prefer Antwerp over Brussels for the time flexibility and the proximity. And then there are also the friendship travel packages, for the power of friendship. And these housing options are throughout the country. There's some level of transport for you from where you're staying to Boom. And you and your group can select between a B&B, a house, villa, apartment, or presidential suite. And if you want to look at all the specific housings, hotels, hostels, they're all on the Tomorrowland site. They might refresh with different selections coming in December when new info comes out, so just keep that in mind. All right, so those are all the travel type packages. I'm gonna move on to the next one. So these packages are for those that want a curated travel experience before they go to Tomorrowland. And this is a great way to meet other people and to explore other parts of Europe. Discover Belgium takes you to 4 Belgian cities: Antwerp, Bruges, Brussels, and Ghent. And this experience starts on the Monday before. Doesn't matter if you're at a hotel or at Dreamville, and this only happens if you're going at weekend 1. Discover Europe lets you choose up to 4 European cities. I'll list the cities right here, and each city will have a separate program of activities and recommendations curated by the team. For each of those cities, you will be given an appropriate train or flight ticket, and you'll be staying at either a hostel or a hotel, the housing in which you can choose. And for Tomorrowland weekend, you can either stay at Dreamville or at a specific hostel, hotel, or theme hotel. So you're not going to be able to get the wide range of hotel options. They'll just put you in with a bunch of other people that went to discover Europe. The surprise package is when you say, take my money, and then they'll curate an itinerary and adventure for you. And this is a week-long surprise that is definitely appealing for some people. Not so much for me. I'm personally very type A when it comes to planning trips. I'll have too much fucking anxiety about a mystery trip. And this is only for those going to weekend 2. Starts the Tuesday before and ends the Tuesday after. And for Tomorrowland weekend, you'll be staying at a cabana at Dreamville. The Ridley cycling package is a multi-day cycling trip throughout Belgium. That's actually pretty unique. That sounds pretty fun. Package comes with a Ridley gravel bike, and your accommodation during the weekend will be at a specific hotel in Brussels, which I think is pretty cool. You get to make cycling friends along the way, and then you all get to stay together at the same hotel. The power of friendship. And the youth travel package is a multi-day experience for anyone 26 and under. Old people, y'all can f*** off. I don't know why I said that. I'm definitely older than 26. This includes festivities in Ghent and Brussels the days leading up to Tomorrowland, and your accommodation during the weekend will be at the Dreamville Spectacular Friendship Garden. You heard it. The power of all this information is pretty overwhelming. I just threw a lot at you, but luckily Tomorrowland lets you simulate your package before the sale happens. And I honestly simulated what I felt like 8 times before ticket sales came out, because when you're actually trying to get the tickets, you have about 15 minutes to fully check out, and you're literally competing amongst thousands of people trying to get the package you want. So you got to be very fast. You got to be very secure. I love that they have this. All right, so I'm done with all the packages How about some more experiences? The Belgian journey is for those arriving either Wednesday or earlier. It is an all-day Belgian city tour that happens on Thursday, and you do a lot of sightseeing and eating, you know, just like all the other touristy things, but you're doing it with other Tomorrowlanderists. The invited Brussels is for those arriving before Friday, and only if you're staying at a hostel or a hotel. And this happens on Thursday night. It is a Tomorrowland pre-party for Global Journey people. If you are in Antwerp, you can train into Brussels. If you're in Brussels, you can taxi or take the subway. However, if you're staying in Dreamville, there is a similar pre-party happening at The Gathering, which is a pretty cool stage that's only accessible if you're in Dreamville. And the Garden of Elements is a place to relax, rot, and become a potato the Monday after Tomorrowland is over. All right, so that's all the information regarding what kind of packages and options there are at Global Journey. Let me talk to you about my experience. So when it comes to Global Journey, I was only interested in getting a hotel package. Rachel and I were already planning this Europe trip before we get to Belgium, so a round trip ticket wasn't really an option for us. For this past year at 2025, I registered for Global Journey pre-sale on Thursday, December 5th, right at 9 a.m. New York time. And the Global Journey ticket sale was on Saturday, January 18th at 8 a.m. Los Angeles time, because I was where I was at the time. And trying to get a ticket, lost years out of my life. I can't stress how important it is for you to call your bank and let them know you're about to make a big, fat, international purchase. So make sure you do that, because otherwise the chances of them rejecting your transaction is very, very high. So I woke up early at like 7, which that's early for me. I logged on to Tomorrowland, signed it at 7:30 a.m. and I basically waited until 8 a.m. where at 8 I was automatically transferred to a waiting room / queue. So it doesn't matter if you refresh the page right at 8 a.m. It'll place you at a random spot in line, unfortunately. And also note, you could be in that wait list for like a really long time. Do not close that tab or do not refresh. It's not going to help. I saw on Reddit some people being on there for like 6 hours. So hopefully you're not on there for 6 hours, but I'm just being transparent with what the reality could potentially be. I was waiting until about 35 minutes and then I went to go and then when I finished and got back, I've been out of the waiting list. Honestly, just keep your laptop with you at all times. You only have like 15 minutes to select your package and check out. And thanks to their simulator, I knew exactly where to go. However, if you're selecting a package on behalf of your friends, partners, family members, make sure to have their government full name, phone number, email, mailing address, that kind of stuff. And if you're selecting a travel package, make sure to get their passport information and just have it all written down somewhere that's easy access for you to refer. Because that 15-minute window is also the place where you have to add all their personal contact details, and you don't want to spend that little time you have trying to contact your friends on any last-minute things. And just to note, it is a hassle to transfer personal details to another person, especially if you booked flights and other stuff. I think you can do it. There's just a really huge fee. So just make sure the people that are planning to go do end up going and committing. This is not like any other festival where you can easily trade tickets or decide to flake or like go last minute. Tomorrowland, not that kind of festival. I selected a weekend 2 hotel package and I was only looking at 2-person bronze or silver tiered hotels in Antwerp. I could not find any hotels in Antwerp.
All the double rooms in Antwerp are on hold. All right, I don't have much time. I shouldn't really be doing this.
I think they were all gone. So I settled for a 2-person silver hotel in Brussels called Thon EU. Everything else was fine. One huge obstacle that I had while paying for my package is that it asked my bank for a confirmation push notification. My bank never gave me a confirmation push notification. I did not know what to do.
Why is it not working?
I really hope this works because I've been having issues adding in my credit cards.
Dude, it's still doing this.
And I was at my parents' home, which means I traveled from where my house is, which means I didn't bring any other methods of payment, which was my mistake. And I couldn't reach Rachel because she was at a ski trip. I was definitely not prepared. I don't really know what happened, but at some point towards the end, I was able to get through with my original card.
I think I just got an email. I can't even celebrate well. I'll see you in Belgium.
Honestly, thank goodness I took a before all this, because I probably would have my pants. So yeah, I was going to Tomorrowland weekend too. So we flew into Brussels airport on Thursday afternoon and Ubered to our hotel. When we got there, there was a line to check in at some makeshift Tomorrowland counter, which they gave you all the information regarding the weekend, activities to do that night, how shuttles and buses work, and they gave you like this tote bag filled with all these Tomorrowland themed trinkets. And I have TikToks documenting a good amount of these, so if you want to know exactly what the welcome package we received and all that, I'll link it down below. But the most important thing is that this is where you get your shuttle wristband that takes us to and from the festival. So you're essentially wearing 2 wristbands the entire weekend. Your festival one, which should have come to you by the mail by now, and your shuttle wristband. And after, you go to the hotel desk and you check in all usual. And our room was pretty standard. Our window, unfortunately, did not show the outside. It just showed the lobby, which just by design, I guess. And the hotel also provided complimentary red shades, which I actually used that weekend, and a red rubber ducky. The shades I brought back home to New York. The duck, well, let's just say the duck did not have a passport. Couldn't bring it back. And we did our own like little touristy thing, got dinner, and then we went to Invited Brussels, which was in a food market. And lucky for us, since our hotel was in Brussels, we took the subway a few stops, and then we walked the rest of the way to the food hall. And honestly, it was just like any other rave. I remember it being really, really hot. It was hot as in there. Just know that at Tomorrowland, you use virtual currency that you load into your wristband. That's how you buy everything there. Invited Brussels is the exception of that. You can just pay regularly. The mornings of Tomorrowland, the hotel provides a huge breakfast buffet, and I loved that breakfast buffet. This is almost our favorite part of the day.
What?
Their breakfast.
No.
There were all these different options, like eggs, breads, meats, fruits, salads. They had it all. And the options were the same each day, of course. They just had everything, which Rachel got a bit tired of, but I never got tired of it. And each morning you can take a daily Tomorrowland newspaper and read about anything festival or music related, which I wouldn't normally pay attention to, but it was pretty cool to get into like that festival mindset and read about it. Breakfast at the hotels typically end at 11 a.m. We usually go around 10, finish up at 10:30, and then head back to our room to get ready for the day. And our designated shuttles leave the hotel around 12 p.m. sharp, so we gave ourselves an hour each morning to get ready. And I think the biggest change from like other festivals is that our normal routine before Tomorrowland is like wake up after 12, get lunch, get ready, head in like late afternoon to early evening. But for Global Journey, that's just not an option. It's either you better make the 12 p.m. shuttle or you find your own way to get there. And if you really just can't make the 12 p.m. shuttle because maybe you didn't get enough sleep and stuff like that, there are taxis or Ubers you can take from Brussels to Boom. That's about 100 euros. Up to you to decide if that's worth the extra hours of sleep. Antwerp, of course, you don't have to worry about that. You can just take the train. One thing I liked on the way to the shuttles, which I mean is right next to it, so like at the lobby, there's staff there. They're handing out free water bottles, which was nice. And on Sunday, it was raining a bit, so they gave us free Tomorrowland ponchos, which was probably my favorite free item I got of Tomorrowland. Those look so cool. We bring it to all the other festivals we go to. And when you get on the shuttles, some are going to have some music and EDM playing from the speakers, but it's not at a volume where it's really like a party atmosphere. Kind of like elevator music. And honestly, when I'm on the shuttles, I'm just trying to get some extra rest for the hour-long ride that it is. And when you get there, the shuttle drops you off pretty close to the entrance. It's about a 5-10 minute walk to the first security checkpoint. When you're done with Tomorrowland each day and you leave the festival, the shuttle pickup area, not at the same place as the drop-off, not even close. It's significantly like further away. And that's because when buses are dropping people off, they're not all coming at the same time, so they don't need as big of a lot to hold the amount of buses that are actually needed when everyone's leaving the festival at the same time. The walk from the entrance to the Global Journey shuttle stations like pickup is about a 25-minute walk. If you're coming from the main stage, that's like 45 continuous minutes of walking. And it honestly does feel a lot longer than that because the route they tell you to walk along is like in the middle of nowhere. Oh, and also you've been at the festival for like 12 hours each day. And here's actually like a secret tip. If you are really dreading the walk, there are actual buses that take you from the entrance area to the shuttle stations. So you can skip all that walking, but they stop running an hour before the festival ends. So the first 2 days of Tomorrowland, in which Tomorrowland ends at 1 a.m., we actually left the festival grounds at around 11:30 p.m. to catch those shuttles. Once you get to the pickup station, there's like this huge board where you just kind of find your name of your hotel and the number platform that it matches. And someone will check your shuttle wristband anyways to make sure you're on the right bus. And then you just head back home. There will be about 3 to 4 hotels per platform where everyone just kind of gets on the bus, and then the shuttles will take the appropriate stops and the hotels once it gets to Brussels. This might be weird, but I actually want to shout out this food truck that was at the pickup stations. We only went up there because we were so hungry. We got a burger. Did not look like an American burger, but that actually makes a lot of sense. Tasted fantastic. I think we ate it in under like 2 minutes, mainly because the staff told us we couldn't bring it on the shuttle. But if they didn't tell us that, we probably would have eaten it in under 3 minutes. So that's everything you need to know about Tomorrowland Global Journey packages and my personal experience. It was incredible. It was incomparable. I keep telling myself I am cool with only doing Tomorrowland as my main source of EDM going forward. With that being said, I'm not committing to any plans next year just yet, but if there's anyone that wants to go to Tomorrowland, definitely take advantage of their Global Journey experience. I hope this video was very helpful for you, and have a nice day.